Hey, how's everybody doing, man? Long time no see. This is Quarter Mile back, and we have gotten off into the official second season of SBA football. So we kind of missed the Super Bowl review. Not gonna dwell on it. Or congratulations to the Washington Redskins winning their Super Bowl this year. Took over a team in the mid playoff season, so he was you know, destined to get it because it was a well-built team. So, it is what it is. But congratulations to the Washington Redskins. So we're just gonna go ahead and jump off into this real quick. Like I said, we ain't gonna keep you long today, but we're just gonna go over pretty much week 2 game because that's the only one we officially played. As you can see, it was a close one between the Giants, 14-20. So at least we did a little bit better on the team, but it did not show the second week. Had a lot of mix-ups, a lot of blown coverages. At least we was able to stop the run and kind of keep it under control for a little while. But as always, that first quarter he just dusted us. So it was his game from whistle to whistle. And hey, hats off to you, Jaguars. So let's go ahead, check a look at the stats, see how it all played out. Like I said, he killed me that first quarter. He went on ahead and put up 21. We struggled. We couldn't do nothing with this guy, man. I mean, he was just bombing it left and right, calling the right plays, and just getting it in where he fit in. So as you can see, second quarter we tried to come up on it, and they wound up getting 17-14. Then third quarter pretty much slow down. The second half 7-7, then 10-7. So at least we scratched that a little bit. Got a few points on the board. We got over our regular 14-20 points. So let's see if we can maybe keep that up and maybe build on this. So as you can see, we had offensive yards gained 435 for Jacksonville, 283 for the Texans. 153 rushing, 70 rushing on our end, 282 offensive yard passing. We had 212, so we bumped up the passing game a little bit. So we had a few long bombs and whatnot, but I want to put up numbers like them, man. I mean, as you can see, all the arrows point to Jacksonville. You got the first downs, 25-11. You got the punt returns, 22-4. Kick return was 109-97. Total yards gained came out to be 566-384. Turnovers, we had 6 turnovers, man. It was horrible. I mean, we even was turning the ball over on kickoff. So he was laying the hat. He was taking it and running away with it. Third downs, 9-5. Fourth downs, none. No 2-point conversions. Red zone, 88-40. 2 red zone TDs for Houston, and 6 for Jacksonville. So he played the short game, worked his way up to the end zone, got what he needed, and pretty much dominated the game that way. So field goals was 2-0. Penalty was 25-5. So we worked on that. That's a good thing that we did good on the penalties, because that was really only from touching the receiver, but his was from holding. So at least we worked on that pretty good. So let's go ahead and see what these player stats look like. We'll go ahead and start with the Jaguars, and because I'm excited to see what the rookies did, because like I said, we started a new season. So but you had this rookie had to come in because Lawrence got hurt, and he still did good. 145 rating, 216 yards, 2 touchdowns, no INTs. Got sacked 3 times, 80% completion. 16 out of 20. He's wrecking it, but he was on the same way with Trevor Lawrence with 134 quarterback rating with 114 yards, 1 touchdown. 31 was the lone. You had 2 sacks off of him, and his was still 72% with 8 out of 11. So wow, he's got these quarterbacks under handles. So let's see what the rushing yards. See, like we contained him because normally this guy he gets at least 150. So we tried to contain him, but we had 17 attempts, 72 yards, no touchdowns. Longs was 16. We had Lawrence. He was acting a donkey coming around that corner, man. He wound up getting 31, 3 touchdowns because he had them all in the end zone. So, but Christian Kirk, he had 1 for 30, and Bixby had 5 for 16, and Underwood had 2 for 9, but he fumbled. So, moving on to the receiving yards, you got Jameson Williams. He had 9 attempts, 9 receptions, 140 yards, 2 touchdowns. Christian Kirk had 9 and 102. You had Ingram with 2 for 59. Keep on forgetting this dude's name, but anyway, he had 3 for 29. I should remember his name. Hell, it must be wreaking havoc. I gotta see him twice a year. But you had Washington with 1 for 4. So moving on to the defense, whatever this dude's name, Forsett, he had 5 tackles, 1 deflection. You have Mack. He picked up Mack, huh? Didn't know that. 5 tackles, 2 sacks. You got Campbell with 4 tackles. You got Miller with 4 tackles, 1 INT. Got Hyde with 4 tackles, 1 INT, 1 deflection. Cisco had 3 and 1 deflection. Watt, and that's why I was surprising that we was actually able to block Watt, man. But he still came away with 3 tackles, 1 tackle for loss in the sack, and 1 forced fumble. So he was still wreaking havoc out there. Little Watt was doing stuff. You got Lloyd, he had 2 tackles. You got Alexander, he had 2 tackles, 1 INT, 1 deflection. Oliver had 2 tackles, 2 INTs. Rookie. Not bad on your first game. Well, not your first game, but your first year. You're already snatching 2. But anybody can snatch 2 on me apparently, so it doesn't matter. And Dyson, he had 2 tackles. You had Hamilton with 1 and 1 tackle for loss. And that was pretty much it on the defense. So that's what gave it away, man. I mean, I didn't even think to look at his roster. I just thought I was going into a game where it was going to be kind of evenly matched because I was so worried about me being boosted up. So I should have watched and seen that he was boosted up. But hey, that's a nice squad you got there, sir. Hats off to you. All right, moving on to the Houston. Let's see what we did. We had 64, which is up from our average of 20. And we had 233 yards. I was proud of that. 4 touchdowns. Completion percentage wasn't doing too well, but he had 30 attempts, 11 completions, sacked 3 times, so they was kind of holding up. We had a long for 72, so he threw a bomb. So let's see if we can keep this going, man. I mean, it seems like the morale is there. We just gotta find those same plays and keep it going. Mr. Pierce, you didn't walk away today. He was pretty much shutting him down. He had only had 8 attempts, 35 yards. Stroud had 1 for 21, and Waddell, he had 4 for 12. So we tried to put him in a few times. This is a rookie we picked up out of free agency, matter of fact, and was trying to take the load off Mr. Pierce here because we know we was running him a lot, and he is getting worn down. So we was hoping that was gonna take it off, but apparently it did, but it didn't do too well on him. But moving on to receiving, you got Schultz with 4 receptions, 102 yards, 2 touchdowns. Longest was 72. You got Jones, a guy we picked up in free agency. He had 2 receptions, 53 yards, 1 touchdown. Dale had 1 reception for 49 and 1 touchdown. Nico Collins, he was kind of quiet, but we really didn't throw to his side because he was just holding it down. Like I said, we was trying to keep the INTs to a low, and we need to. Matter of fact, we need to go back and look at his INT. But yeah, we gonna have to get that man involved, especially on the deep ball. Going to make him figure out a way that he'll try to jump, because we got to use that height at 6'4". Got to use that height. But appears he had 1 for 10, and that's the end of my receiving. We should have put Mitchie in because Dale was having problems breaking free when he was playing with pressure up front. But maybe it would have helped to put in somebody else. We're gonna have to look at that. So it's actually looking at these guys' roster and see what we're going up against that following week. But moving on to the defense. Okay, we had Ward, 10-year veteran. He had 10 tackles. Griffin was getting burnt, man. I mean, we're going to figure out what his problem was, because last season he was playing nice coverage. This season he is just getting ate up across that middle, man. But he had 10 tackles still, but some of that stuff could have been stopped. 1 pass deflection. You got Brooks, the guy we picked up in free agency. He kind of actually helped that defensive line step up, because as you can see, we got 9 tackles, and Rankins had 8 tackles, and a half a sack. So he helped he basically helped do what we needed him to do, which was, help the front bring pressure. Because you don't know if a guy like that is going to fade back or if he's going to rush, because he still got the size. The 240 stop the ball, and he's happy back in Texas. As I was saying, Rankins, he walked away with 8 and 1.5 on the sack, 3 tackles for loss. You got Petrie was getting involved with 7. King was getting involved with 6. Harris was getting involved with 6 and trying to bring the hat. I wish he would have actually got some fumbles or something, but he was still at least making his presence known, so you better watch out. And of course, Mr. Anderson, always doing his thing. 5 tackles, 3 sacks, 1 forced fumble. Tutu, he had 5 tackles. You got Sharper, the rookie, coming in with 5 tackles, 4 tackles for loss, and getting involved in half a sack. Not a bad game, sir. Well, I'm glad we picked you, because we needed that help, and you have brought it what we need. And sporting the number 99, you better back it up, buddy. Singleton, we got 3 tackles. We're gonna have to watch him, because I thought this was a good pickup, but apparently it might not be, because he was kind of acting a little funny there in the middle. Like, he's a run stopper mainly, but he's trying to fade back for the pass. He just wasn't doing it for us. So we might have to experiment a few places with him and find where he's more comfortable and can be utilized. So, but got Brandon Hill going in with 2. He had 1 forced fumble. You had Elliott with 2. He's a pickup we got out of free agency. He is kind of helping the line out. I wish I would have seen him get more involved as far as stopping the run in the middle at the second quarter, but he's just slowly learning the process, so we'll see how it goes next week for him. You had Lopez get in there with 1, and Stanley was quiet on his side. He only walked away with 1 tackle. White, he got in and got 1. And we're still kind of experimenting with Mr. White, because he's got the speed, but he got to get the awareness. Now moving back, I want to see how many INTs we threw. He had 5. Wow. Didn't realize I threw that many. I thought it was at 4. But I got it in my defense. 2 of them should not have been INTs. Should have not been no INT on 2 of those passes. But yeah. At least the rating went up as far as yards. I guess we just gonna have to see what the next game holds. Now to my favorite part of the game. Let's check out these stats around the league, and let's check out what's going on injury report. All right, we might have to back out. Let's check out the league schedule. Yeah, let's check out, see what happened on week 2. You had the Commanders taking it 28-24. You had the Baltimore Ravens and Cincinnati going at it 40-23. You had the Rams and Buffalo 58-28. Green Bay and the Bears, you have 28-24. Miami and Indianapolis, you got 25-35. You got Vegas and the Browns with 34-31. Detroit and Tennessee is 44-27. Of course, Houston and Jacksonville 55-28. You got New Orleans and the Chargers 28-31. Denver and Atlanta going at it 38-21. New England and San Francisco 42-18. Arizona Cardinals and the Vikings 32-28. New York Jets and Seattle 48-17. Kansas City 25-27 against Pittsburgh, and Philadelphia and Tampa Bay 20-10. And those Cowboys edging it out by 1 point against Carolina 35-34. So that's the call for what happened in week 2. We'll see what week 3 games got played. I know I got to play mine this morning, so we'll have that up pretty soon too. But so far in week 3, you got Detroit played Minnesota 38-24. And you got Philadelphia and Dallas, with Philadelphia taking it 33-7. So that's your caught up news for around the league as far as game scores. So let's see what's going on in the injury report real quick. That's my favorite. Right there, that injury report. So let's see if we can see what's going on around the league. Who has been having a hard week? Because I know last year it was pretty interesting because we had a whole bunch of injuries. So let's see here. We're going to start out with the Bears as always. Let's get up here to them. All right, you got the Bears. You got Whitehair out for 2 weeks. Perriman is out for 2 weeks. Moving on to the Bengals. Oh, Mr. T. Higgins, he's got broken ribs 4 weeks. You got Ford. He's out 3 weeks with a cartilage knee tear. You got the Bills healthy. Broncos are healthy. Browns, you got Myles Garrett out for 6 weeks. And you got Schwartz out for 3 weeks. Buccaneers, you got Palmer. He's going to be out for nothing. He's on injury reserve. Okay. Cardinals are healthy. Chargers, you got Allen out with 2 weeks with a pulled groin. Osa is out 1 week with a ankle sprain. Turf toe for Rump 1 week. And Carruthers, he has a back sprain for 1 week in LA. Kansas City is okay. Colts, you got Pay and you got Freeland out 3 weeks apiece. Commanders are healthy. Dallas is good. Dolphins are good. Eagles, you got Goddard. He's out 2 weeks, and you got Tucker out for 2 weeks. Falcons, you got Pitts out for 2 weeks. Dolman is out for 3. And Onyemata is out for 3. 49ers, you're good. Giants are good. Panthers, you got Lawrence out for 3 weeks. Lloyd is out for 3. Fitzpatrick is out for 4. So we kind of roughed them up a little bit. Hall is out for 1 week in New York. Lions, you have 3 weeks out for Ragnar, and Rodriguez is out for 2. Packers, you have Hill out for 3 weeks. Panther, you got Tuttle for 2. Patriots are good. Raiders are good. Rams are alright. Oh, we got the Ravens out 3 weeks with Anyabo. Saints are good. Seattle's sitting alright. Steelers are good. Texans are alright. Titans, you got Brennan. I'm sorry. 3 weeks. You got Cook out for 2. Vikings, you got Phillips out for 4 and Jackson out for 5. And that's it. That's your injury report for around the league. And that's it for me, man. I'm gonna go ahead and close this out. I appreciate y'all tuning in. Don't forget to hit that like button, man. We'll try to keep everything up. Sorry I missed that Super Bowl review, but I was hoping I could catch it that way we could have some highlights, but got a little busy as always. But like I said, I appreciate y'all tuning in, man. We'll come back with another review in week 3 of our game with the Colts. So y'all just stay tuned for that, man. But until then, man, I'm up out of here. Don't forget to shoot over. You can check us out at QuarterMile25 on Twitch. And as always, we'll post videos on here. So until the next time, we'll see y'all on the flip side of things. Hopefully we can get something going. We got 0-2 and he 2-0. So let's see if we can spoil it. I know we're not, but it don't hurt to try. All right, I'm out of here, man.